Welcome to my channel, Science Adda. Okay, students, so today a new chapter, a new idea to you in front of you from class 8 physics, sound. So this chapter, what is sound? What is happening around you? Now I am talking with you all. You're listening to me. This is a sound, isn't it? The sound from your any set you're taking from your laptop or you're from your mobile phone. You're hearing me, isn't it? So there's a sound. Your mother is calling you. That is a sound. But how can you hear that sound? What happens in the air that we hear the sound? So one by one we'll think about that how the sound is traveling to our ears, and again we can hear these objects. Okay, so what happens actually? So let's start, no wasting time, come on. So see, sound is nothing, a type of energy induced by the vibrations. Yes, why it is called by vibrations? Now you see here, there is some movement of energy through substances. What are those substances actually? Okay, when the objects vibrate, they cause a movement in the air particles. In the air, there are some particles. So what happens? When there will be a vibration, means something is on, okay? So it will hit the air particles. We can't see them, okay? We can't see the wave. We can't see the sound energy, okay? So these particles will bump into other particles closer to them, and this makes them vibrate to thus triggering them to bump into some more air particles, and sound waves are formed in this manner, and they continue to travel on till they run out of energy. So sound is a type of energy induced by what? Vibration. Now you just got an idea what happens in our air particles. Okay, in air particles, many are there, particles are, it will collide with each other. Okay, student. So next we'll talk about the sound energy. Let's see. Sound energy requires objects that allow for vibrations. Okay, and we have objects. What objects we have in our surrounding? The air particles. So some examples are air and water. Sound will vibrate off in air and water also. So that is why sound does not travel in space, because space have no air, no water, nothing. No particles is there. No sound is there. Okay. So sound energy is only possible in our planet. Okay, students. So while talking about sound, okay, sound always need a medium to travel. Okay. Now about vibrations we are talking, isn't it? So in vibrations what happened? There is a term called frequency. Let's see. Frequency is what? The number of vibrations made by the vibrating body in 1 second. How many vibrations are there in 1 second? That is a frequency. Frequency of sound, how often the waves pass through a certain point, determines the frequency of sound. Now let's see here. The first figure, that is a low frequency, means the waves are very low. Slowly it is passing. And high frequency means high pitched sound. Okay, like a sound of your music system, that will be in high frequency. But when two persons are just conversation, it's a very good conversation when two persons are doing, that will be of low frequency. Okay, so this is what frequency means. What? That it is a number of vibrations made by the vibrating body in 1 second. Now if frequency we are talking about, there should be a speed of that wave. Okay, so what is the speed of the wave? Let's see. The speed of the wave describes how quickly the wave disturbance moves across a medium, means from one medium to another. When it will disturb and it will pass through, that is a speed. The speed of the wave depends on the medium through which the wave moves. So speed is equal to, it is denoted by small v. It is equal to the distance traveled divided by the time it takes to travel the distance. So how much time? Like t time it has taken. So as an example, let's say the distance traveled is a wavelength of a wave, and by definition the time to complete one wavelength is known as a period. So the equation becomes v is equal to d by t. So as we talked about frequency and speed, there are some unit. We need some unit to measure it. Okay. So see the unit. The SI unit of frequency is hertz. So just now we got a term wavelength, isn't it? So wavelength, you see what is the wavelength? Between two means one wave. What is it means the difference, that is the wavelength. Now see here, in time 1 second, okay, here number of oscillations is 2.5. Can you see? 2 oscillation is completed. One wave means from wave crest, you see from that line, black line, one wave, two wave, and then half. So the oscillation is 2.5 and time is in 1 second, 2.5. So frequency will be 2.5 hertz. Okay. So the frequency will be 2.5 hertz. So this is the unit of the frequency, means frequency is measured in hertz. So now there is one tool to see about how many vibrations we can make. That is known as a tuning fork. See here. Tuning fork. A tuning fork of 384 hertz makes 384 vibrations. Means how many hertz will be there? That much vibrations it makes in 1 second when struck. You just struck the tuning fork. How much vibrations it will make in 1 second? You have to measure it. Okay. So here see, there are some parts of the tuning fork. The upper two lips, those are prongs. Okay, base is there, shoulder is there, stem is there, and foot piece is there. Okay, so these are the parts of tuning fork. Because why I have given this? These questions actually come in the exam. Okay, means what are the vibrating parts of a tuning fork? Then you have to say the prongs. The prongs vibrate. Okay, student. So one more slide in front of you. See here. In the top picture, you see the tuning fork produces a simple sound. Okay, with low frequency. Can you see it? It has a very low frequency, which we would hear as a lower pitch, and the bottom picture shows a high frequency, which we would hear as a higher pitch. Okay, just now we have got that high frequency, low frequency. So lower frequency will be of lower pitch and higher frequency will be of higher pitch. Okay, now let's see one more here, terms you will get in this slide. See, okay, there's a line. How much this one oscillations are there? Can you say me? There are 2 oscillations are there. Okay, one wave up to down, again another wave up to down. Now see here, wavelength you have got already. That is between 2 waves. Height from that height means amplitude. That is known as amplitude, means height from the middle. From the reference line, the height is known as amplitude. So from 2 amplitude, that is a wavelength, and like a hill, no, it forms like a hill, that is known as a crest, and the lower portion where it forms in the down, that is known as throw, and time will be taken in this way on the reference line on the right hand side. It will go continue to the right hand side. This is a very important diagram. Just note it in your notebooks. Okay, students. So next we'll talk about pitch. See, so pitch is what? The sensation of a frequency is usually known as the pitch of a sound. How much sensations are there? Low pitch, it will be low, and you will see the waves will be far away, and high pitch will be, the wavelength will be low, but high pitch, the wavelength will be nearly. Okay, so wavelength will be less here in the high pitch, and wavelength will be more in the low pitch. You see, both are of in 1 second. Both, the diagram is in 1 second, time is in 1 second, but the wavelength, if it is more, then it is of low pitch, and if wavelength it is high, then it will be of high pitch. Now we have got 2 terms, pitch and frequency. But what is the relationship? Let's see. Relationship between pitch and frequency. First you see, long wavelength means low pitch. If low pitch means low frequency. Shorter wavelength, just now we got shorter wavelength will be of high pitch. If high pitch, then high frequency. This is a similar relationship between pitch and frequency. If pitch is low, frequency will be low, and if pitch is high, frequency will be high. Okay, students. So till here, I will stop the chapter. So next part of the chapter we are going to study about some musical instruments. A very interesting part it will be. So till then, till here you have to be clear with this concept. Okay, student? Okay, so after that we'll meet again on the part 2 of this chapter. Till then, thank you. Bye-bye.